What is up, guys? Dzeeff here, and this is kind of weird. This is very surprising, but I guess the ban list is up, which is, yeah, not really what I expected because there's no more events. There's no regionals, no ICSs, no anything until May 10th at the earliest, and I have a suspicion it's going to be pushed back even further than that, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. And I mean, a lot of locals have closed as well. You know, a lot of different states, in the United States at least, just completely closing down pretty much every non-essential sort of store or a building or whatever. Locals do not fall under essentials, so at least for me personally, I don't know when the next time I'm gonna play Yu-Gi-Oh is. So a new ban list is pretty weird. I mean, yeah, people are playing online and stuff, but there's no like official online platform right now, at least. So it's pretty surprising. I'm gonna check it out though, and I will say before I click this, there is stuff to go off of. You know, we had several YCSs, we had a UDS, we had multiple regional qualifiers over the past like 2 months or whatever. So I guess we have enough data to go off of. Dual Overload just came out. We have Master Duel 5 coming right around the corner next week. But still, I'm really surprised. We'll take a look at this and give you my first reactions. I would be surprised if this list was like huge, especially compared to the last list, which had like the most amount of changes that we've had in a long time on a ban list. I would be pretty surprised if this list was also like that big. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. Anyway, let's take a look here. Forbidden Limited list. Holy crap. Okay, so the next update after this will be no sooner than June 1st, so that's a really long time from now, and this goes into effect on April 1st. Okay, hold on one second. I know you guys are going to say it's an April Fool's joke. I believe this is the third or fourth ban list that we've had go into effect on April 1st. Really common stuff here. Konami is not just messing with us. I'm sure I'll get a whole bunch of comments about that, but we've had tons of lists, and obviously Master Rule 5 goes into effect on April 1st, but holy crap. Oh my god. Okay, 4 bans right off the bat. Okay, I might have been completely wrong. I think there's gonna be a lot of bans on here. Steam the Cloak. Oh my gosh. Destrudo, that's crazy. Glow Up Ball, that's crazy. And Lunalight Tiger. 4 huge hits. I don't even know what to say. Like 3 of those are like needle fiber hits, and the last one, I mean, Lunalight's super degenerate strategy. I mean, it wasn't always like that, but recently, I mean, they're the deck that can do the infinite negate combo super easily. It'll be interesting to see if they hit anything else for that infinite negate combo. I doubt they'll hit any of the dual overload link monsters, but this is huge. Rest in peace, anyone who bought Ultimate Rare first set glow up bulbs and sort of hoping for needle fiber to come out. This is really crazy. Man, that's wild. Okay, let's scroll down here. they they banned Spyral Master Plan. You know, it was funny. My friend Ben and I were talking a couple days ago. Just a few days ago. And he was like, what can they do to hit Spyral? And I was like, I don't know. Like, what do you hit? Like, everything's already at 1. But I guess something that's not at 1 was Spyral Master Plan. I guess I just assumed they would, like, limit something, not, like, outright ban it. Holy crap. Those are 5 insane bans. Some future hits, some past hits. Tiger and Spyral Master Plan have obviously seen a lot of play already, but this is insane. I don't think Shadalls are going to make it unscathed. If they're hitting all these other big decks, they're probably going to have to hit Shadalls, which is pretty crazy. But we'll take a look here. Any more? Okay, no Link, no extra deck monster bans, so we're through there. And no spell or trap card bans. Okay, so just 5 monster card bans, effect monster bans. Honestly, though, even with just these 5 hits so far, this list is pretty crazy. You're taking out just entirely, like, Lunalights and Spirals, I think are pretty much unplayable now, and those are the 2 biggest combo decks, so Konami is really hitting those super hard, as well as doing some future-proofing here for Needle Fiber, which just came out, which is, like, insane to think about that they'd hit these cards that fast. I really thought they would leave Steam the Cloak or Glow Up Ball, but at least one of them in the format with Needle Fiber for at least a little bit, but I guess not. This is insane though. I mean, these 5 hits are already like really crazy. I don't think it's like the case in the past where we've had bans for decks and they're still playable. I really don't think Spyral without Master Plan, which means they can't use Magician Souls anymore and they can't add the Rescue to their hand 1,000 times. I don't see that being a deck anymore, and I don't see Lunalights being a deck because, I mean, Tiger was like the most important card. Obviously, Chick was really important, but it was only good because Tiger was so powerful. It is crazy to think not only is a Lunalight card banned, but I actually really agree with it. The card was super degenerate. I mean, non-once return effect. Well, soft once return, not hard once return, so super crazy. Scroll down a little bit more here, and we got 2 new limits that were semi-limited. Now we have Snake and Jackalope and Nessie all limited instead of just Nessie. Yeah, you know, Dangers haven't been as popular this past format as they were in prior formats, but they still are a little bit too splashable, especially with all these link monsters coming out where you need differently named monsters. I can see these danger monsters, especially these 3 danger monsters, being even more popular. So that was probably just a preemptive hit. A little bit weird though, like I said, because these cards were not seeing as much play this past format as they have in the past. Still very good this past format, but not nearly as popular as it has been in previous formats. But I guess they're just not really fans of danger monsters. I mean, the dangers are kind of inherently broken. You know, they're upstart goblins that you can play a million copies of, and they all summon themselves and draw a card, and they have discard effects. Really, really hard to balance those. So it looks like they're just limiting all those cards. What I'm curious to learn about, and maybe not, if they're going to limit all 3 of these cards, if any of these cards or any of the danger monsters, I mean, probably one of these 3, but if any of them are ever going to be so broken, so sort of unbalanced that they need to ban them, not just limit them, that'll be really interesting to see. So far, though, we have not seen any non-combo deck hits. Every single one of these hits is basically for a combo strategy. Konami has been pushing back row decks over and over and over again on these ban lists, which is really big. I mean, I love back row decks, that makes sense for me to like it, but they seem to be really cracking down on the combo decks, which is pretty crazy. So scroll down here, we have ABC Dragon Buster. Okay, we got some whole bunch of... Okay, hold on. I scrolled down a little bit more. We have all the extra deck limits here, and what's going on? So we have ABC Dragon Buster limited. That's kind of crazy. TG Hyper Librarian limited. That's probably for the best. Trishul limited, which a lot of people expected to happen. Toad limited. Totally awesome. You know, that's pretty crazy because, I mean, it makes sense. This card was really, really strong with Master Rule 3, and it was expected to be a pretty good rogue strategy under Master Rule 5. There are a lot of cases where you could make 2 extra deck monsters when playing Frog Paleozoics, but under the previous Master Rule, you had to make the Toad after making the Mistar Boys. You didn't end on 2 negates. Maybe they're a little bit afraid of that. I guess so. That's pretty scary, actually. I mean, Toad actually can recycle itself, but usually you want to add back a swap frog, so it's going to be interesting to see if people actually recycle the Toad, or if people even play Frog Paleozoics. Now this card is limited. But also here, Zoodiac Trident, back at 1 copy per deck. Pretty insane. A lot of people say, and this makes a lot of sense, that Broad Bull was always the issue, not so much Trident. We have a lot of different cards that you can use nowadays where Trident isn't as overpowering. When you don't have 3 Rapier, or even 2 Rapier, and you also don't have Broad Bull, yeah, it's probably okay. Worth mentioning, though, Zoo has not been completely out of the metagame this entire time. It has seen some play in different strategies. The actual pure Zoodiac deck did see 1 regional top, which was really exciting, but also it was being played in Lunalights, which I know Lights are dead now, but I mean, it's still worth mentioning that the Zoodiac Barrage is still such a very powerful spell card. Not quite in level of like Brilliant Fusion, but sort of the same philosophy, you know, a card that's like an extender that you can play, and you only have to play like a Garnet or 2. In that case, you usually play Thoroughblade, but pretty cool to see that Zoodiac Trident is back. You know, we've had several years here, a lot of format shifts where Zoodiacs maybe aren't as overpowered as they are. At least not just adding back Zoodiac Trident is going to change the entire metagame. So pretty cool old card there. It feels really weird to say that Zoodiac Trident is an old card, but at this point it kind of is. Okay, we have Instant Fusion limited and Mind Control limited as well. Mind Control has seen a lot of play. We saw it on pretty much every single Shaddoll deck list, even sometimes in the main deck, which is pretty crazy. Really good in the mirror match. Then we also have Instant Fusion, which is kind of surprising actually. This card was slated to be very, very powerful under Master Rule 5, but I thought Konami would keep it around for like 1 format. Maybe they're really, really afraid. This card becomes a lot better under Master Rule 5. I talked about that in like multiple videos. Like that Millenniumize Restrict and Thousand Restrict, actually, both of those are fantastic cards summon off of Instant Fusion. They always have been, I mean, at least the past couple formats, but now you don't even need to put them in extra monster zone, so they're even better. So it's a little surprising to see Instant Fusion here. A lot of these cards that they have now hit, kind of like the Hyper Librarian, kind of like the Instant Fusion, kind of like a lot of the tuners that they hit up here. I'm surprised, especially since we don't have any events until at least May 10th, that these cards didn't get at least 1 format to see how good they were, or how bad they were, how unbalanced or how broken they were. I'm a little bit surprised about that, but Konami seems to be sort of doing a lot of preemptive hits, which is I guess pretty cool. But once again, if there's no events, I mean, who really cares? It'll be cool though for any online tournaments or any testing that you guys have, or if your locals are actually still running right now, it'll be pretty cool for that as well. Okay, going on here, do we have, okay, we have okay, I don't know. I mean, Zoodiac Barrage is limited. I'm really surprised that Barrage is limited on this list. That just doesn't make a lot of sense. It seems like if you're bringing back a Zoodiac card, you want to push Zoodiacs in some way, shape, or form. So then also hitting their best card, or one of the best cards that's currently legal, Barrage, to 1 at the same time. I mean, maybe Konami wants players to try out Zoodiacs, but not be like in every single deck. I don't know. Very, very strange decision, in my opinion, at least. And then we have some changes here. No trap cards yet. We have Destiny Hero Malicious to semi-limited. Probably good, considering that's going to be a lot of synchro decks around, or at least that's what people are thinking is going to happen. We have Skystriker Mecha Widow Anchor to semi-limited. No one plays Skystrikers at all anymore, so it's not super surprising. Then we have some okay, we got some 3-outs here. Deep Sea Diva, Necroface, Spiral Gear Drone, and Pot of Avarice. So I'm not sure about Necroface. I mean, the card hasn't seen a lot of play in a very, very long time. Deep Sea Diva, Pot of Avarice makes a lot of sense. Diva went to 2 on the last ban list. Pot of Avarice went from Forbidden to 1 on the last ban list. Neither of them saw any play this last format, not even like a little bit. Pot of Avarice saw a little bit of experimentation, but not a lot of success. Deep Sea Diva, I mean, just completely gone from the metagame. No one's playing Mermails. Oh, actually, there was one guy playing Mermails at Vegas. I think he did pretty well, so I stand corrected there. But mostly these cards have not made an impact on the metagame, at least not in like the top tier strategies. As far as Spiral Gear Drone, I mean, this card is really good, like really, really good. Obviously, but without Master Plan, which by the way cuts off your use of Magician Souls, yeah, I don't really see Spirals being played, even with Redrone. Obviously really good because you can machine dupe it, but are you willing to play machine dupe with just your 3 drones? I mean, when you used to play machine dupe, you had 3 quick fix and 3 drones. I don't know, I don't see Spiral being like a force to be reckoned with in this upcoming format. I've been proven wrong before, but I think in this case, like, banning Master Plan is really, really crazy. I think that even if they would have, and this sounds crazy by the way too, but if they would have just like banned the field spell but left Master Plan, it might have even still been a playable deck. Master Plan adding like so many cards to your hand for free and just recycling her over and over and over again, I mean, it's insane. She adds the card that revives her every single time you bring her back. It's super crazy. But yeah, I don't see Spirals or Lunalights being a very competitive deck. I mean, I could be wrong, but we'll have to wait and see. And those were the 2 decks, by the way, using that Infinite Negate sort of combo. I've seen some Orcus players doing some crazy combos, but not quite that crazy. But Spiral and the Lunalight deck were like the main 2 strategies doing that Infinite Negate combo. I will say two weird things actually. I'm surprised that Shaddolls didn't get hit, and I'm surprised that Dinosaurs didn't get hit. And it seems weird saying Dinosaurs, but Dinosaurs have been like in the top 4 decks for this entire format. Like a lot of really, really high profile players actually playing Dinosaurs and just beating people left and right. A little bit surprised no Dinosaur hits. That might actually be a really strong contender for the upcoming format, if there's even events, which might not happen, but we'll have to wait and see. But this is pretty exciting. It's I'm still surprised that Konami put out a balance at all, but I guess they're looking out for those online players or for those local players, even if there aren't regionals and YCSs and stuff. I mean, hopefully, I mean, this is it won't change any sooner than June 1st. Maybe we'll have, I mean, that's crazy, right? There's only 3 weeks in between when Yu-Gi-Oh events start up and when this ban list is like the new no sooner than date. So it might actually be a 3-week format. That'd be pretty wild, but we'll have to wait and see. But hopefully you guys enjoy this reaction video. I'll catch you in the next video, and post your comments in the comment section below about how you guys feel about this Forbidden Limited list. It's pretty crazy and I like it a lot. I'll see you later though. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.